A massive undertaking to replace the pipes that pump water laced with lead into homes across the country. It's one of the top priorities of President Biden's agenda.
But those who question if the 10-year timeline can be met point to inaction in the city that sparked a national outcry for change.
3, 2, 1.
In 2014, a decision by Michigan state leaders transferred Flint's water source from the Detroit River to the Flint River in order to save money. But the water was not properly treated after the switch, leaching lead from the city's old pipes into the drinking water. While some cities have already successfully removed lead pipes, Flint residents still grapple with the issue a decade later.
Investigative reporter Carice Jackman digs into the government's plan to get the lead out.
Ten years ago, Flint, Michigan became the national epicenter of water contamination in America.
The water is running out the faucet, it's yellow and brown.
Human rights violation to the extreme.
But that town isn't alone. In millions of homes, drinking water is pulled into faucets, showers, and bathtubs laced with lead.
Lead isn't this harmless thing. It is a very potent neurotoxin. It does permanent damage. We can pass it down through generations.
A victim of greed, corruption, and the mistakes and the blatant stupidity of our government. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Melissa Mays knows all too well what happens when clean water isn't taken seriously.
Is the crisis over? No. We had to sue to get the service lines replaced, and that's not even finished.
That lawsuit, filed by Mays and others, claimed the city of Flint violated the Safe Drinking Water Act. The city settled and agreed to replace all the lead lines by 2020. But that didn't happen.
Mayor Neely, why did it take so long to fix these lead service lines or replace these lead service lines?
Right. You know, you have to be very methodical about the way that you approach it. You know, we had to deal with the eroded trust with government and residents alike.
This year, a federal court found the city in contempt because it failed to replace all the lines in time and didn't finish related repairs to sidewalks and yards. Flint's Mayor Sheldon Neely said he couldn't delve into the court's order and litigation, but says at this point, the city's replaced nearly 30,000 lead service lines and only has 30 to go. But that is now 4 years after the court-ordered deadline.
So for those who may say, it took too long, there's no excuse, what would you say to people who said that?
Well, I mean, many communities throughout the country are going through the same thing, and they're saying that it takes time. It takes time to be very thorough and methodical about what we do.
Flint, under a federal court order, couldn't get the pipes in one city replaced by its deadline, making the job of replacing millions of lines in America in the next 10 years a daunting task.
One that 15 Republican attorneys general have this year even called unworkable, underfunded, and unnecessary. That in a letter to the EPA that says the proposed deadline is impossible to comply with.
We are prioritizing this issue.
Wendy Wilkes, Director of Infrastructure Implementation at the EPA, says they are working hard to bring the administration's Get the Lead Out initiative to life.
We've set up really our largest ever technical assistance initiative, and GLOW, the Get the Lead Out initiative, is a part of that. With GLOW, communities will receive technical assistance kind of along a range of different ways to get the lead out of their water system. So it starts with identifying where the lead service lines are.
But that identification isn't simple. We've discovered some states don't know the full picture of how many lead lines they have, which means the full scope of the problem remains largely unrealized. We asked every state for an estimate of how many homes have lead pipes. The result? Some had identified tens of thousands of lead lines, like Massachusetts, Tennessee, and North Dakota. But many couldn't give us a number. Alabama said their number is unknown. Kansas also said it had nothing on hand to give us. Nebraska, the same. But later this year, all of the states will have to know their numbers. An EPA rule requires states to get an accurate inventory by October 16th. Counting lines is not a quick process, and the clock is ticking. One survey found it takes 2 or 3 full-time people working 6 days a week, a total of 2 months, to do an inventory of a medium-sized city.
So can we realistically get this done in 10 years?
I think it's possible. We have really good examples across the country of communities who are well on their way to reaching that 10-year mark, some perhaps even faster.
For Mays, she's tired of the excuses and doesn't want to hear states say it can't be done.
Get the lead out. All of the ways we're failing the youth and our children, this should not be one of them. This is not a hard one. This is not any kind of new fancy legislation. Lead pipes are bad. Get it out and stop giving it to the people that you're supposed to be protecting.
The EPA said $15 billion is the largest investment it has specifically for lead, but knows it's not enough.
Yeah, the agency says the Get the Lead Out initiative is just the first step. And if you're a homeowner and you're concerned about potentially having a lead pipe serving your home, contact your water system. To see a state-by-state breakdown of the estimated number of lead service lines, you can find an interactive map on investigatetv.com. Just search Lead Out.